Hello, myself Hiram, and today is 7 December 2023, and it's 7th December 2023's News Today section with an IS Inspiring News. And today's news is global status of multi-hazard early warning system 2023 report by United Nations and the World Meteorological Department WMO. Multi-hazard early warning system MHEWH enables individuals, communities, governments, business, and others to take timely action to reduce disaster risks in advance of hazardous events. Four pillars of MHEWS multi-hazard early warning systems are disaster risk knowledge, observation and monitoring, communication, and preparedness to respond. Report assesses the current global status of MHEWS against target of the Sendai Framework 2015-2030. Key highlights: out of the 101 countries reporting having MHEWS means multi-hazard early warning system, 95 have reported the existence of disaster risk reduction strategy. Common alerting protocol has helped to timely flow of information from authoritative sources to the public. Over 400 million people in least developed countries LDC and small island developing states NKSIDS have access to better prediction and warnings for floods and drought, etc. But some challenges are here also. Challenges are first one is only half of the world is covered by an early warning system. Increases unpredictability, complexity, and severity of hazard events are challenging the MHEWS capability. MHEWS means multi-hazard early warning system. In India, disaster risk knowledge and management, warning, dissemination, and communication are not adequate. However, preparedness, response capabilities, and detection, monitoring, forecasting capability are available. Now we'll know about initiatives for disaster risk reduction globally and India both level. We'll check now at global level. Early warning for all EW for all initiative which aims to recover everyone on earth by 2027. Regional integrated multi-hazard early warning system for Africa and Asia. Rhymes now India first Asian Ministerial Conference for Disaster Risk Reduction hosted by India in 2016. Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure 2019. India Tsunami Early Warning System 2007. It flows Mumbai and CF flows Chennai, etc. Challenges are available also. Our next news: the United Nations Environment Program UNEP released Global Cooling Watch 2023 report. The report demonstrates the potential and the pathway to achieve near zero emission from cooling. Cooling acts as a double burden on climate change by raising the demand of power at one end and including global warming due to release of refrigerant gases in cooling equipment. Emissions from cooling are predicted to account for more than 10% of global emissions in 2050. 82% of global cooling related greenhouse gases emission came from G20 countries in uh, 2022. 82% of global cooling related GHG. Under the current approach to cooling, an installed capacity of cooling equipment globally will triple between now and 2050. Recommendations passive strength to address extreme heat and reduce cooling demand in buildings and in the cold chain. Higher energy efficiency standard and norms for cooling equipment, a phase down of climate warning hydrofluorocarbon HFC refrigerant at a faster rate than it is required under the Kigali Amendment of the Montreal Protocol. Global cooling plays issued with the 28th Conference of Parties provides a real opportunity to act. The place provides a strong political push to take immediate steps to reduce emissions, increase passive strategies, improve energy efficiency while phasing down HFC, etc. India Cooling Action Plan launched in 2019. It seeks to reduce cooling demand across sectors by 20% to 25% by 2037 38 and refrigerant demand by 25% to 30% by 2037 and 2038. Recognize cooling and related areas as a thrust area of research under the National S&T program. So this is United Nations Environment Program's report, UNEP's report. So we move toward next news. Garba of Gujarat declared as intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO. Inclusion has been made under the provisions of UNESCO's 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of Intangible Culture Heritage (ICH). Garba is the 15th ICH, means intangible culture heritage element from India to join this list. It means 14 intangible culture heritage also listed in UNESCO's list. In recent year, ICH element that saw inscription are Durga Puja in Kolkata 2021, Kumbh Mela 2017, Yoga in 2016 among others. Durga Puja in 2021, Kumbh Mela 2017, Yoga is 2016 among others. And 15th ICH means intangible cultural heritage is Garba. ठीक. About Garba, ritualistic and devotional dance that is performed during festival of Navaratri, which is dedicated to worship of feminine energy and Shakti. It celebrates fertility, honors womanhood, and pays respect to mother goddesses. About intangible cultural heritage, it is a practices, expressions, knowledge, and skill that communities, group, and sometimes individuals recognize as part of their cultural heritage. Five broad domains in which ICH means intangible cultural heritage is manifested: oral traditions, performing arts, social practices, rituals and festival events, knowledge and practices concerning nature, traditional craftsmanship. Significance of inscription in ICH. Some significances that raise awareness at the local, national, and international level of importance of ICH and provide for international cooperation and assistance for preserving, safeguarding ICH. India elected as a now we'll know about effort by the India for prevention of ICH means entangled cultural heritage. संगीत नाटक अकादमी as nodal office for matters related to ICH mean intangible cultural heritage. Scheme for safeguarding intangible heritage and diverse cultural traditions of India. India elected as a member of Intergovernmental Committee of UNESCO's 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of ICH for 2022-2026 cycle. Significance of encryption of ICH we know. Now we'll know about data center stock in India to cross 1300 MW by 2024 CBRE report. India's data center capacity doubled between 2020 to 2023 to reach 880 MW as of H1 2023, which nearly 500 MW currently under constructions. Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore will collectively dominate data center stock with an 80% share by the end of 2024. A data center is a dedicated, secure space within a building, centralized location where computing and networking equipment is concentrated to collect, store, process, and distribute or allow access to large amounts of data. Drivers of data center growth. Some drivers are here जैसे rapid digitalization, enhanced tech infrastructure, and the inclusion of advanced technologies such as 5G, artificial intelligence AI, and blockchain and cloud computing. And data localization policies. The practice of keeping data within the country it's originated from initiatives taken for the growth of the data center. Draft Data Center Policy 2020, which envisages incorporation of data center under the Essential Services Maintenance Act (ESMA). Recognize data centers as a separate category under the National Building Code, setting up the data center economic zones infrastructure status to receive with more than 5 megawatt capacity of IT load. Yotta D1 is North India's first hyperscale data center. Our next news is two bills on Jammu and Kashmir J&K passed in Lok Sabha. J&K Reservation Amendment Bill 2023. It amends the J&K Reservation Act of 2004. It provides reservation in jobs and admission in professional institutions to members of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other social and educational backward classes SEBC. Under the Act, SEBC means educational backward classes, social and educationally backward classes, people residing in village declared as socially and educationally backward, people residing in area adjoining the actual line of control and international board. Weak and underprivileged classes, social castes as notified. Bill is substitutes weak and underprivileged classes with other backward classes as declared by the UT and J&K. The definition of weak and underprivileged classes is deleted from the Act. J&K Reorganization Amendment Bill 2020-23. It amends the J&K Recognition Act of 2019. Key highlights of the bill: increases the total number of seats to 90 from 83 reserved, 7 seats scheduled caste, and 9 seats for scheduled tribes. Okay, 7 seats for scheduled caste SC and 9 seats for ST, 7 for SC and 9 for ST. Normalization by Lieutenant Governor in Legislative Assembly to up to 2 members from the Kashmiri migrant community. One must be the women. 1 member representing displaced persons from Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. National Circular Economy Roadmap of Reduction in Plastic Waste in India uh, released. It's our next news. National Circular Economy Roadmap for Reduction of Plastic Waste in India released. So it's a roadmap released. National Circular Economy Roadmap. It aims to foster research and industry partnerships and co-develop a roadmap for India's transition to circular economy in the plastics sector. It was released as collaboration between India and Australia. Need for a policy roadmap. India generates nearly 26,000 tons of plastic waste each day as per Central Pollution Control Board 2020. Central Pollution Control Board's 2020's data shows that India generates nearly 26,000 tons of plastic waste each day. Okay, and government's ban on single-use plastic 2022 covers 10 to 15% of the plastics used. India's plastic recycling average is around 13%. About circular economy in plastic sector, it's one which uses the little virgin plastic as possible and maximizes the use of recycled material for new products. Its significance will lead to 20% to 50% less greenhouse emission, reduced microplastics in food chain, reduction in the landfills, and enables digital tracking of women streams. India's circular economy for plastics consists of 7 elements. Refer diagram. So 7 elements are like commercial viability and awareness and readingness, consistent compliance, and supportive infrastructure, recycling, production, consumption, circular economy for plastic, its material flow. Proposed strategy to achieve circular economy: set a single framework and implementation plan, develop a circular economy transition body, recognize and engage all stakeholders, create systems to support states to design and implement their action plans. Some short news are in also in news like Nota. None of the above. None of the above. Nota option is elections. Nota is the one of the option available in the electronic voting machine EVM. If a voter doesn't support any candidate contesting the election, they have an option to select Nota. It was introduced following in 2013 Supreme Court directives in the PUCL versus Union of India case. There is no provision for repolling in a constituency 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 even if Nota gets the most votes. SC ruled that Nota option is applicable only for direct election and not indirect elections such as the Rajya Sabha polls. Our next short news is National Automated Fingerprint Identification System NAFIS. As of 2023, NAFIS has been established at 1020 locations 1022 locations across the country. About NAFIS means National Automated Fingerprint Identification System is a countrywide searchable database of crime and criminal related fingerprints. It's managed by the National Crime Record Bureau at the Central Fingerprint Bureau. It assists it assigns a unique 10 digit national fingerprint number NFN to each person arrested for a crime. NAFIS provide the much needed unique identifier for every arrested person in the CCTNS crime and criminal tracking network and system database, as both are connected at the back end. Next news is Miyawaki plantation method. Southeastern Coalfields Ltd SECL, Southeastern Coalfields Limited, Southeast Coalfield Limited SECL SECL will undertake plantation using Miyawaki method in coal belt region of Chhattisgarh. Miyawaki method. What is Miyawaki method? Miyawaki method, uh, pioneered by Japanese botanist Akira Miyawaki, involves planting native trees, shrubs, and ground cover plant within every square meter to create a dense canopy layer of tall trees in small land parcels. Species chosen are plants which can survive harsh weather and water scarce conditions. Water scarce condition. Benefits of the method: forest grow rapidly, utility in urban forestry, increase carbon uh, sequestration, reduce air and noise pollution, and attract local birds and insects. Our next news is dial vertical migration (DVM). Dial vertical migration. What is vertical migration? What is DVM? DVM is a synchronized movement of deep sea marine animals up and down an oceanic water column over a daily cycle. Free floating zooplanktons swim up to food rich surface waters at night to feed when light is scarce, and they are hidden from predators. They return to the depths before sunrise. DVM plays a pivotal role in sequestering carbon. Animal remove substantial amount of carbon from upper ocean as they feed on surface dwelling plankton. When these organisms when these organisms return to deeper waters, they carry carbon with them. Our next news is National Archives of India NAI, National Archives of India Rashtriya Abhilekhagar. National a book Recently a book fair opened at National Archives of India about NAI. National Archives of India functions as an attached office of Ministry of Culture and custodian of the records of government, established in 1891 at Kolkata as Imperial Record Department. Following the transfer of the capital from Kolkata to Delhi in 1911, it was shifted to Delhi. Functions: Nodal agency for the implementation of the Public Records Act 1993 and Public Record Rules 1997. Functions in functions, second is biggest archival repository in South Asia. Our next news is 14C. Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center for 14C recently Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology blocked over 100 websites based on inputs from 14C. 14C was established by Ministry of Home Affairs to deal with all types of cybercrime in the country in a coordinated and comprehensive manner. Objectives of 14C: facilitate as easy filing of cybercrime complaints, act as an early warning system for law enforcement agencies, LEAs, for proactive cybercrime preventions. Some other objectives are here, awareness creation among public about preventing cybercrime, assist states and UTs in capacity building of police officers, public prosecutors, and judicial officers, etc. Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. So, Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center is 14C. Our next news is Pompe disease. What is Pompe disease? Recently, India's first patient diagnosed with Pompe disease died. Pompe disease, a rare inherited disorder that affects one child per million, caused by a deficiency of the enzyme acid alpha glucosidase GAA, which breaks down complex sugars in the body. It results in the accumulation of glycogen in cells, particularly in muscles. It's an example of lysosomal storage of disease. Symptoms are muscle weakness, respiratory issue, heart problems, etc. Next news is treatments. Next point is treatment. Mostly to manage the symptoms and improve the patient's quality of life. Our next news is geographical identification, GI tag. Recently, 4 products from Meghalaya received GI tag. Lakadong turmeric, known for its high curcumin content. Lakadong. Next is Garo Dakmanda. Garo Dakmanda, traditional dress worn by Garo tribe. Next is Larnai pottery. Larnai pottery, black pottery from Jaintia Hill district. And next is Garo Chubichi. Chubichi, traditional rice based alcoholic beverage of Garo tribe. About the GI tag, awarded by Ministry of Commerce and Industry and administered by Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999. Only once awarded is valid for 10 years. Personality in news is Rukmini Lakshmipathy. Rukmini Lakshmipathy, Tirumati Rukmini Lakshmipati. The Indian government released 2000 dark ticket, 200 dark ticket in 1997. Tirumati Rukmini Lakshmipati. She was freedom fighter, social reformer from Andhra Pradesh's West Godavari, West Godavari district. She was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, C. Rajgopalachari, and Sarojini Naidu. Contributions: participated in civil uh, disobedience salt satyagraha of 1930 in Vednarayanam of Madras Presidency. She became the first female prisoner in salt satyagraha movement. Was elected to Madras Legislative Council. Later became first women to become a member of Legislative Assembly. In 1946, served as Minister of Health in Madras Presidency Cabinet, becoming first women minister in the state. And personality values: courage, fortitude, and self, selflessness, and patriotism. All these are the news of 7th December 2023. Thank you. We'll soon again. Till then, bye bye. Dhanyavad.